Have you been carrying everything for everyone else that your own needs keep getting pushed aside? I noticed that this week. I was gone at a retreat slash immersion and I realized that things pile up that I always figure out for everyone. And everybody just piled up on me as soon as I got back. So it was great. Just because you're strong doesn't necessarily mean you need to do everything alone. And you can and shall honor your own time and your own energy and your own needs and allow yourself to be supported and trust the path that's opening before you at the same time. And welcome back, everyone, or welcome if you're new here. This is your August 22nd through the 29th weekly energy report and EFT Tap-Along. I am Sylvia, an EFT practitioner and quantum alchemist. And I did just get back from I think it was like 12-day retreat immersion, and so that was super eye-opening. I might cover that in my Sylvia Speaks podcast because you don't necessarily need to see me to explain some of the magic and miracles that happen there. But if you're new here, this is EFT and it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. EFT combines tapping acupressure points while helping to shift subconscious patterns, beliefs, or programs while also calming the nervous system. And because I could talk about everything under the sun, I have used this as a kind of like an energy report based on the oracle cards that come up, as well as a tangible way to embody some of those beliefs that could be impacting those that tune into this video. And when we're stressed, our body naturally activates the fight, flight, freeze hormone or increases the adrenaline and cortisol in the body. And research has shown, because EFT has been around almost 40 years now, I've actually lost track of how many years, but it has been around for almost 40 years and it can significantly reduce stress while increasing our natural body's dopamine and serotonin, which are the happy hormones, and also allowing emotional regulation, mental clarity for some of those transitional periods in life, and nervous system balance. And what I love is my godson used to do this when he was just a wee one under 5 years old. So anybody can do this as long as they can follow along. So just tap along with what I show you here and take what resonates and leave the rest as far as the message goes. But before we begin, if at any point in this tap along, or reading, you find yourself thinking, this really speaks to where I'm at and I can feel it shift my body, just letting you know you don't have to navigate this alone. This is actually what drew me in personally about getting certified in this specific modality. And my sacred clarity sessions are a space for you to uncover any blind spots and reconnect to your inner wisdom that you have, as well as gain clarity for your next aligned step. As I am a sacred mirror for many, I'll share more at the end, but you'll also find everything that I offer in the description and the links below. But yeah, it was really eye opening for me to be taken from the household as I realize how much that I do, not only to recalibrate the energy within the home, but also just like things like ordering the things that are on auto ship for all the animals and things like that. Nothing gets done while I'm away. My husband did try not to bother me as he knew I was really busy. So I would like you to take a moment within yourself and notice what your body's doing right now. What's tight, stiff, stuck, tense, and notice what you're holding tension wise. I often notice my shoulders are up to my ears. It's just naturally holding the world, right? So, what number would you give your emotional, physical intensity, any stuckness or any like knots in the body from 0 to 10, 10 being the most intense? You don't have to give it the story, so no judgment, overthinking, just noticing where it is, where you're holding it, and where is it in the body for you. And then we're going to do what I always do, like energy alchemy, as I've been certified in many modalities. And I like to open a crystal portal with the intent. You can use a crystal wand like I have here. This is rose quartz calling my name today, or your finger, and you just open it counterclockwise on the floor. And we're visualizing a white bucket of light to transform and transmute any dense discordant energy that we exhale as we move this energy out of us, right? Once and for all, for our guides, our guardians, our angelic teams to assist us, our ascended masters, ascended ancestors to assist us in releasing and letting go of any of the dense discordant thought patterns, programs, or belief systems that we have in the background of our conscious mind, more of a subconscious programming that is 95% of our brain's thought forms that are spinning even behind what we know. So we're going to start at the karate chop point. So even though I noticed I've been carrying a lot on my own, I've been trying to be open to treating myself with greater compassion, understanding how much that I have held without realizing it until lately. So even though part of me still believes that I have to hold everything together. And that's a thought pattern that we've been taught as a sensitive person our whole life. Have to hold everything together, have to keep harmony and balance. I acknowledge the weight that I have been carrying, and I am open to another way. And this is the karate chop side of the hand. Even though I may have sacrificed my own priorities, my own time or energy or space, I choose to honor myself and remember that I don't have to carry it all alone. And that's what's great about like meeting up with like-minded soul family that you know that you've had lifetimes together. They can hold you at your capacity for who you authentically are. And it's a wonderful thing to experience. I highly encourage it. Get in my inbox if you need a good group and a place to do that. And then we're going to go eyebrow point. Part of me has noticed that I have been carrying too much. And you can do either hand. If you're left or right hand, it doesn't matter. Side of the eye where your eyeliner wing would be. Trying to handle everything on my own. I am known in my household to hold and handle everything on my own because I can't seem to get attention for what I need to speak without interruption under the eye. And holding space for everyone else to express without being able to express under the nose, sometimes forgetting to hold myself in the process as I hold everyone else, right? Chin. All of this extra worry, stressors, or extra responsibility that we innately hold on our shoulders without realizing it, most of us, especially mothers, collarbone. If you hear any whining, that's my dog. Maybe I've allowed way too many demands of my time and energy. Maybe I have allowed way too many demands on my time or energy under the arm. And maybe I've put aside my own priorities. Maybe I've set aside my own priorities in the process. Top of the head. I acknowledge how much weight that additional responsibility has felt. As soon as I got back into town, I realized that it was a lot. And I was running on fumes as it was coming back from a very full trip. Eyebrow point, keep breathing as that moves the energy, the dense discordant energy down the portal that we opened with the crystal wand. What if making myself a priority is an act of self-respect, love, and honor? Side of the eye, keep breathing. Perhaps I can set clear limits around my time, energy, and space. I realized how much of my day gets sucked up in everybody else's needs. And it was really apparent to me as I got back into this space. It's like, wow, how much of my day got sucked up by everyone else just waiting to pile it on me, right? Under the eye. Maybe I can become compassionate with who I've been, body, mind, and soul, like feeling required to do this for everyone else. Under the nose. What if I can honor my needs without closing my heart or being upset or bitter in the process? What if I can honor my needs without being upset or bitter, keeping my heart open in the process? Chin, perhaps I can both be strong and also supported. Perhaps I can be strong and also supported. Collarbone. And maybe the responsibilities of life is meant to be shared, like give it back to people instead of just taking it from them. Under the arm. And what if meaningful connection, compassion, and collaboration is part of the support? Connection, compassion, and collaboration, all the C's. Top of the head. Perhaps I do honor myself by allowing others to walk beside me as they learn to do the things that I have held for them, right? As a manager of many people in the past, I used to always say, if I ever fall off the planet, I want you to know how to do this. And they always thought I was falling off the planet. Eyebrow point, and they learned it. What if I am already aligned with my purpose? What if I'm already aligned with my purpose? Inside of the eye, what if there's truly no wrong path? And as I said, these are derived from the cards. I'm not just pulling this out of my under the eye. What if I can trust myself at these crossroads, right? As you learn the lessons of, maybe not taking everyone's stuff for them under the nose. What if I'm in the right direction? If it feels joyful, fun, and loving, maybe that's showing me the way. What if recognizing my gifts allows me to believe what is possible? Recognizing my gifts allows me to believe what is possible. Collarbone all the way out. What if sharing those gifts with passion and excitement opens up those doors for me? What if sharing all those gifts that we just know with passion and excitement actually opens the doors for me or you, right? What if the support and the connection under the arm, what if the support and connection are already magnetizing towards me? What if support and connection are already magnetizing towards me? Top of the head, behind my crown. What if I can choose my path and experience joy all along the way? What if I can choose my path and experience joy all along the way? Now we're already on round 4, which I call the embodiment empowerment round. Keep breathing, eyebrow point. I honor myself and the path that I have chosen. I honor myself and the path that I have chosen. Now, if you have a headache, this will help headaches go away, but I just suggest you press, not tap. Side of the eye. I make space for my needs, priorities, and desires. I make space for my needs, priorities, and desires. And that was really clear to me as I became aware of my actions. And I recognize within me that I share them with grace. I recognize within me that I share them with grace. Under the nose, I welcome support, collaboration, and meaningful connection. I welcome support, collaboration, and meaningful connection. Chin, I trust myself to move in the direction that feels joyful, light, and loving. Trust yourself to move in the direction that feels joyful, light, and loving. I mean, that is the way. Collarbone. I align with my higher truth and wishes within the depths of my heart. I align with my higher truth, wishes within the depths of my heart. Under the arm. And I welcome abundance, prosperity, stability, companionship, and joy in the process. And top of the head, keep breathing. And I allow myself to experience all good things in life and celebrate them. We should be living in a state of celebration. And then we end with the third eye, sealing it in. It is done. It is done. So be it. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's some straight alchemy right there. Not only are we speaking it into existence, we're working through it out loud and out of our body with tapping on the meridian points, moving that energy within us through that light portal. And so I want you to take a deep breath real quick. We're going to do a quick body check. I don't know if you can hear the crows, they're really talkative. Quick body check. We're going to take a deep breath, noticing our body now, what feels different. And remember the scale from 0 to 10, notice what has shifted. And if you would like to share what your numbers had shifted from and to in the comments below, I would love that. I love it, all of that. It just lights me up so much, you don't even know. And then the crystal portal, we're going to close that up and then send it away clockwise. Remember, it's a light portal, a recycle bin of energy, because energy can't be destroyed. It can only be transmuted and transformed. So we're going to transform any dense discordant energy with our guides and ascended masters, ascended ancestors that are assisting us, as well as our angelics and angels that are making sure to shift any additional residual energy that no longer serves us down this light portal. You can't see it, I'm actually spinning it down this light portal to be gone once and for all. And I actually like to visualize a little hatch lid and sealing it off. And then it's almost like a bank chute where it shoots away and transmutes and send it back to Grand Central Sun, where it can be transmuted and transformed into what we would rather call in instead, like peace, harmony, love, abundance, bliss, joy, ease, grace, amazingness, right? Like all of that. You can call all that in instead of anything that is stuck within us that doesn't serve us, doesn't. So what this week's cards are basically telling us is we don't have to carry everything alone. So it's a very much a message for me. I don't know if it's a message for you as much. I felt like it was really for me, but I always ask for the highest best good of those that tune into my videos to give us the support and energy message for the week and welcome the support to us and the on the path along our journey. And so the cards that came out this week, if you stay till the end, I go over the cards that derived this tapping session, and it's Star Mother. How can you mother and nurture yourself first? And I know that's hard as a mother because you tend to give your everything to everyone else, right? And so how can you fill your cup first? And the guidebook for this deck, or the booklet that came with this deck, reminds us that you don't have to carry everything alone. We're invited to soften and allow ourselves to be held and treat us with the same compassion as we so freely give to others. So I had this discussion with somebody in the circle about that was always love languages is gifts. And I said, whenever you buy so and so a gift, buy yourself one too. So if you're buying flowers for your friend, buy yourself flowers too. So, especially with those that are accustomed to being the person that everyone turns to, this is your most powerful reminder that you deserve the same care and compassion and love that you express to everyone else. And so what does that look like? You know, if you're the one that gifts your friend all these amazing little gifts that make you excited, it's probably something that you're drawn to too, but you know it's perfect for them. Treat yourself at the same time. So where are you being invited to give yourself the same compassion that you so naturally give away so easily to everyone else first? And that's your mission for the week. Like if you catch yourself giving to someone else in any way, shape, or form, do that for you first and then them. And then the next card is setting boundaries. Um, this is one that takes the message just a little bit further. This card really asks us to honor our time, energy, and space and priorities. And I realized how quickly my day disappears by everybody kind of ceding their needs onto me instead of like managing it themselves. So making yourself a priority doesn't mean shutting other people out. It means recognizing where the demands of your energy may have been crossing your own priorities and threshold. So choosing to honor your needs and yourself differently and then moving forward. So, yeah, can you help them? Yes. But maybe do your stuff first and put that on the list to work with them to learn how to do it on their own. That's the big one, right? Like, because if then they don't require you as much because now they know how to do it themselves. So, your boundaries can really be an expression of self respect, self honor, self love. So, the reflection piece or question that you would be seeking is where might you be clear with a boundary that can actually create more space for what truly matters to you. And I'm speaking to myself here too. So it's like the cards are freaking right on it, like they always are, which I love that for me, for the reason why I use cards. And then the angel number is 2222. So four twos. And it reminds us that while we might have strength to accomplish a lot of things independently for ourselves and others, life is meant to be shared. Support, collaboration, patience, harmony, and meaningful connection. I realize how I recalibrate spaces and places because there was a lot of discourse while I was gone, and I heard about it in my phone. So it was really nice to be held by some sacred mirrors that are like, that's not your responsibility. Like, that's them. They need to learn, right? The next card is Paul the Venetian. Love Paul the Venetian. He invites us to recognize our gifts and follow our bliss and joy and follow and share that creativity with the world. Like what really lights us up. You know, artists, speakers, poets, music, dancing, expressing things that you just know, right? We don't have to hide what lights us up anymore. There is grace that allows us and our gifts to be seen right now more than ever, right? Letting people know that the facade of what life was supposed to be is actually completely false and none of it's real. And so the next card is Akashic Stargate, which brings us to Crossroads. Look at all the doors on this one. It's beautiful. There's rainbows. It looks like a bunch of mirrors, but it's a bunch of doors. This message really from the booklet is aligned with purpose crossroads. There's really no wrong path. Every single door that you can decide to take, it reminds us that there's no wrong direction. Like the guidebook reminds us that whatever direction you choose, no matter what it is, just remain on that path because it's the path that was set for us and eventually we will get there. So I think that's a big fear that everybody has when they're making major decisions. Like, what if I take that path? What is the wrong path? What if I take this path? What if it's the wrong path? There's no wrong path in life and you're going to be guided. So what feels good? So this is also a message for me. So rather than becoming paralyzed to make the perfect choice, tune in to what feels joyful, what feels light, what feels loving, what feels expansive. And maybe that's the right choice, even though there's no right. So maybe the question isn't, what if I choose the wrong one? Maybe the question is, which direction feels most aligned with who I am now? And we're constantly evolving. We're constantly moving forward in our evolution of expression of who we are, right? Like, so we're always changing. And if you're not changing, then you're probably not diving in as much as you could. So the question is, if you trusted that there was no wrong path or which direction to take, which one would feel the most joyful, light, loving to you? Because that's the answer. How simple is that, right? Which one feels the most loving, joyful to you? Because that's your answer. And everyone has a different answer, and that's okay. And epidote. Epidote brings us back to what we're cultivating. This crystal carries the energy of manifestation, magnification, abundance, and grounding. It's really a protective stone. It's also usually with prehnite. Prehnite and epidote is the most beneficial stone for energy healers out there because it allows us to connect with our higher truth and also any specific wishes within our hearts. Um, so yeah, like this one is, if you have a wish in your heart, this magnifies it. So make sure that you use this one if you're working on calling something in. And oh my gosh, I decided this week the tarot was going to be pulled, and we got the 10 of Pentacles, which is completion. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles completion brings in prosperity, wealth, happy endings, long-term family. I'm trying to get it on the frame. Long-term family and financial stability. After honoring ourselves and trusting our path, this card reminds us to stay open to the stability and the prosperity that we are creating in the process and that we are magnetizing to ourselves in this process of transformation and growth within us and awareness, right? And then, so this card is so great. It's like complete 10 of Pentacles, can't beat that. It's all about unexpected financial windfalls, economic success, wills, deeds, inheritance, ancestry, family, home, money, wealth, prosperity, happy endings, long-term family, and financial stability. Yes, please. Let's all do that. And then the other one is 3 of Cups. It brings also abundance, pleasure, companionship, gathering, success in celebration with friends. Like everybody's cheersing in the cups. You see, they have all their glasses, and we did a lot of that celebration during the immersion. It was wonderful. I haven't even shared all the pictures that are in my phone. I have to go through them. Although yourself, allow yourself to experience good things and celebrate them by yourself and also with friends. And so this 3 of cups is abundance, pleasure, hospitality, success, good things in life, companionship, fun, gathering, socializing, get-togethers, having a good time, feasting, festivals, weddings, engagement parties, and graduations. Celebrate, yes. So if this EFT tap along has resonated with you and you've stayed this far, I would love to hear from you in the comments below with your number shifts, how it went, from 0 to 10. And then also comment below, I honor myself, I welcome support, and I trust my path. I honor myself, welcome support, and trust my path. I honor myself, welcome support, and trust my path. And if you're not familiar, you're new to the channel, many people don't realize that I actually work with a lot of healers, coaches, facilitators, intuitives, entrepreneurs. I have a plethora of people that I work with. Generally, they're people who create spaces, and they're the people that a lot of people come to. And so they just gravitate to me because they feel like I can hold their capacity because they're used to holding everyone else. So a lot of the sacred clarity session is probably the best way in at this point. One of my most recent clients actually didn't know what to choose from on the menu of items in the sacred clarity session. Was really what they needed for a deeper sense of self-trust, renewed confidence, and clarity about their next step in life and business, because they weren't really sure where we were going to go with it. And so we kind of covered everything, and they left very, very pleased. So if you're ready for that personal guidance, I definitely suggest the clarity sessions, sacred clarity sessions below. And it's a space to kind of uncover any blind spots that you're having and reconnect you with your innate inner wisdom that you have within you, and then gain clarity and that sacred mirror support from someone outside of you that is looking at things from a different perspective. Often, even myself, when I'm too close to it, I can't see. And so having somebody like that is an amazing thing to have in your toolbox. So if you want to know more, the description is below. But honestly, I really have been shown all of the things that this weekly card reading has showed us. And I hope that it serves you as well, because if you're drawn to me, you're probably very similar. So I want to send you so much love for taking the time to watch my video, and with infinite love and gratitude, stay tuned on this channel for more information. I'll probably be sharing on my podcast a lot of the mind-blowing things that happen. Sylvia Speaks podcast, a lot of in my YouTube channel, a lot of the mind-blowing things that happened with the 10, I think it was 12, 10. I don't know. I don't know how many days it was. I lost track of time. They were very full, intense days, but so much happened. And the last time this happened was in Bali in January, and we did the 808 in Victoria, British Columbia, and it was from like the 7th through the 16th-ish, so however many days that was, plus a little on both sides. So, but yeah, I was kind of really brought back into reality as soon as I was piled onto all these responsibilities when I was home. And it was really interesting, the calibration and harmonizing I do just innately for being who I am in any space. And I was actually out of town. So kind of like all hell breaks loose when you leave. So, but it was a lesson for everyone, myself included. So yeah, I think that's it for now. And I want to thank you for tuning in and drop in your comments below. And if there's anything that I could support you with, please let me know. Talk to you later. Bye for now.